another episode on What's the Word Sports Podcast. You already know it's your man's Manny.
It's your boy Sean.
And we coming to you on another day, man. First of all, happy Wednesday to all of y'all out there.
hmm
Hope y'all Wednesday is doing. Hope y'all day is having a wonderful day, And like I said, we all always appreciate the love and support that y'all continue to bring and continue to show and continue to do it, bro. We want to continue to build, and you will help us build and stuff like that, and we appreciate every minute of it, every single time that you come, and also, like I told you, like, comment, subscribe, and join the live chat, and join the conversation. We want to hear from you. And that being said, Sean, what is the word on today, brother?
Well, usually we be starting with the NFL, but I think today let's start with the NBA. I know in a couple episodes ago talked about how long we think LeBron could go. So,
Yeah.
you think this will be LeBron last year?
Um. Um. Uh. I mean, it's kind of crazy going on in and Hollywood, La La Land right now. With JJ Redick, the whole head coach, and him, and how LeBron just don't see fit or where he's at right now in his career, especially what's going on in his uh this season, and how he feels misplaced and stuff. Do I think this might be his last year? No, I don't think it's gonna be his last year. I do believe it's gonna be his last year as a Laker, though. I truly believe that. LeBron look like the type of dude that he wants valid. He wants to be validate. He wants everybody to show who he is, and when he wants to show. You know what I mean? When he when his last time being uh, in the NBA, I think he wants to have a show. I think he wants to have a farewell. I think he wants everybody to have a chance to say goodbye to him. So I don't think it's going to be his last year, but I do believe that him as a Laker, that page is going to turn. I think it's just too much turmoil down in LA, and the direction that they're going is not what the direction is with LeBron. And I feel like LeBron, they kind of fade him out, and Lucas, and they really turned the page, and you don't see LeBron. um you can't see him anywhere, like he's been misplaced. He can't find him. So yeah.
Okay. I don't think this is gonna be his last year. I feel like he's still showing that he got a lot more in the tank. I do think this could be the last year with the Lakers though.
Right. That's
So
what I believe
I
too.
don't yeah, I don't know where he would go, but
Come on, bro. You
I
know where you're gonna go.
I don't think not with Ant
Oh
Man.
no, no,
I
no, no,
was
no, 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 not
okay,
him. I ain't
okay,
talking about him.
okay. I was thinking Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Cleveland go back home. Heat could be a possibility too.
You said Miami?
Yeah, Miami could be a possibility too.
I mean, I don't see that, but I mean, it could be a possibility.
I could see it. I mean, Cleveland. I mean, it would be James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, and Brian. That could be cool too.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on that, bro. I feel like that LeBron. I think his time faded out in LA. And, it's time for him to go. Uh, I do believe that this going to be his last year as a Laker. I don't
Mhm.
believe this going to be his last year, like, ever in his career. I do believe he's gonna wind up probably go to Cleveland. But if he does leave, say if he leaves, because now he doesn't have no like he don't have no extra money. Like, he's not have guaranteed money after this year. So I feel like that if he does wind up leaving, he wants to go somewhere that he wants to get that fifth championship,
Mhm.
and put himself in a position to get that fifth championship. And I think that I think his best fit will be back with Cleveland. If he decides to do that. But I think that would be a great uh um way to end his career, is the place that he started. And so,
Mhm.
I mean, when you guys think about LeBron and his situation with the Lakers and everything, do you feel like this is his last year? Do you feel like this is his last year as a Laker? And if so, where you think he's going to be next? You know what I mean? But my man, me and my partner already think that it's going to be his last year as a Laker, and he might go somewhere else 9 times out of 10 by the end of this year.
And this wasn't part of our topics, but I got a question, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's just say Bron do go to Cleveland. Do you think that he brings Bronny with him?
No,
You think Bronny stays a Laker?
yeah.
Okay.
Do you think so too?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't know if the Lakers would really use Bronny.
Mm.
That's the only thing. I don't know. I still don't know if the Lakers only drafted Bronny because of Bron, or if they truly believe that Bronny is talented enough to play.
It's been showing for the past like season or so that they're kind of trying to give Bronny a chance. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Like in the court and everything like that. I mean, they kind of push LeBron to a side to see what's going on with Bronny. You see him in the G League; he's been dominating.
Mm-hmm.
When he's back in the team with the Lakers, he's been doing okay. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like that they're trying to give Bronny like trying to like you know, fled his own wings, you know what I mean, and trying to make him as his own. You know what I mean? I think they try to make him as his own. And so I don't think that he gonna wind up going to Cleveland with his dad. And I don't think he can't either because he's on his rookie contract, right? So he's kind of like stuck there, basically, right?
Yeah, but he's a second rounder, so I think it works a little bit different. A little bit.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how what happens with them too.
if anybody can pull it off, it's LeBron.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the NFL.
Yeah,
The Philadelphia Eagles. With the draft coming up, if the Eagles, well, we've already been hearing a lot of things with AJ Brown that
right.
me and you both didn't agree with. So if the Eagles were to draft a receiver in the, let's say, the first 3 rounds, do you think that means that they're trying to find AJ's replacement?
Um, I say no, no. The first round, yeah, yeah. If they get a wide receiver in the first round or the second round, yeah, I do believe that will cause for a pause to say, oh, okay, then they truly moving on from AJ Brown. But but in reality, I don't think that's going to happen. They got too many things that they have to fix concerning about a safety. They need a safety. They just, let Reed Blankenship departed from the Eagles. So they don't have that. I mean, besides Makumba, but he's coming back from injury. But you still need another safety. I think that offensive line needs help, and I mean help, and in a big way. I mean, those guys, they're not guaranteed. I mean, you look at Landon Dickerson, they literally had to restructure his contract because they're not sure if he's going to last long than the previous contract that he signed. So, then you're talking about Cam Jernigan, just got off surgery. You know what I mean? Surgery after surgery. And then you got them other guys. And so it's so the offensive line is very, very, very top priority right now. And then you also have to figure out who's gonna be Lane Johnson replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lane, he's not gonna be there for so long. I feel like he might be there. I think he got like 2 more years left in him. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I think he got 2 more years left in him, but you gotta give him his replacement and soon, and you gotta get somebody there so Lane can mentor, so he can learn, so he can get up to speed like what Jason and Kelsey did for Cam Jernigan. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so, and you see Cam Jernigan, he was an All Pro twice. So, like I'm saying, it's kind of iffy right now with the offensive line, and you can't get nothing done in the offense if you don't have an offensive line. And so I think that's the priority. The stuff that they really need is the priority. I do believe they're gonna wind up getting a wide receiver, but it's not gonna be the second, third, or the second or third round pick, or probably the fourth or fifth.
Yeah, I don't think they trying to draft his replacement. I feel like you should only be worried if the Eagles were to trade up and get a receiver. If they
Right,
teamed up and get a receiver, then I think they're trying to replace him.
right,
Like, just getting them in the first 3 rounds. I don't see him getting them in the first round anyway. But getting a receiver in the second or third round, I don't think we're replacing AJ, especially if the receiver is not a big physical guy. Like if he's like a guy, another small guy that can go in a slot, he's not getting replaced. I do think we're gonna get a lineman, like you said. The line's been hurt. We need to find a backup for or we need to find a guy that's gonna be the guy when Lane retires. You
right.
know, we had Landon hurt last year. We had Jurgens hurt last year. We don't
Mm-hmm.
we don't even know if Landon how long Landon is gonna be playing for because he's already talking about retirement.
Right.
Our right guard position needs to be upgraded. So the only sure thing we have on the line right now is Cam and Milata.
Yeah.
So if we can get a top offensive lineman in Caden Proctor and he can play right guard right now for next season and then move him to right tackle, just like how Cam Jurgens played right guard and then we moved him to center when Kelsey retired,
Mm.
I think that would be good for the team.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we both think the same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, we definitely got to watch out for this draft because at the end of the day, um, the only thing that I would say that if they do wind up, the only thing that I probably would see, in the draft that probably would be shocking to me, but not shocking because it's Howie Roseman. And that's all he does is do stuff like that. Is if they trade up to get uh a Max Crosby. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Because they do need that edge rusher. Edge rusher is needed in that team. And that's what I feel like. They may have a block bluster trade or something like that. That has to do with that first round pick that they got with Max Crosby. That's the only thing I probably will see during the draft.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't see the Eagles moving up just to get a wide receiver. And they got too many things that they gotta fix. Um, unless that's what I'm saying. Unless, yeah, I mean, they can still trade up and get the wide receiver and still fix what they got to fix. But at the same time, I don't see it because I still believe that AJ is still a part of their future. You know what I mean, and what they're trying to do. I don't see AJ going nowhere, and you know what I mean. And so, at least for not for the at least for this year. I can't
Mhm.
speak on what's going to happen next year, but I believe he's going to stay for another year. But yeah. But other than that, that's the only thing I can see that happen if they trying to get like a big defensive guy because they do need some help on the defense of line as well. So,
Yeah. I do think this is gonna be the year of Nolan Smith. I think Nolan's gonna have a big year this year. I ain't gonna
think
lie.
so.
Yeah, he was hurt last year, so he didn't really play as much. And then you had Jalen Phillips come, so it became more of a rotation. But I do think that Nolan will have a breakout year this season.
Well, he better because this is a make or break for him. You
Yeah,
know
it
what I
is.
mean? And if he don't get the job done, they gonna wind up trading him. I really truly
Yeah.
believe that. And so, I mean, I like Nolan Smith. I think, like I told you before, I like Nolan Smith, and I think he's special. I'm not even gonna lie. I think Nolan Smith is special.
Mhm.
But he's been hurt and stuff like that, and so you know. Oh yeah, speaking of the Georgia Bulldogs,
Mhm.
earlier, bro, I saw that N'Kobe Dean, brother,
Mhm.
that just went to the Raiders.
Mhm.
Well, it turns out that the man is actually regretting of going to the Raiders, and he wished that he stayed in Philly.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Now I don't know what's going on with the Raiders. He said some stuff going on with the Raiders that he doesn't really like, that he doesn't feel comfortable with. But I was a report. Now I don't know if it's true or not. But you know
Mhm.
what I mean. But that was just a whole sidebar, John. But he said
Yeah.
that he wished he come back to Philadelphia which in my opinion, I told you he should have took that pay cut because of
Nah,
his history.
I don't think so. I think because of his history, that's why you don't take the pay cut. You know, you never know when Nakobe's gonna be hurt. Well, we do know usually is
But we know,
as usually is every year he gets hurt. So I
yeah,
think he'll never have a he probably won't have another chance to make a lot of money. You feel what I'm saying? So
I
this was
feel
probably gonna be his biggest contract that he'll get in his career. So I'm not mad at him for taking that money.
ah,
I think he had to take the money and he already got the bull. He got a ring already. He can come back to be an eagle later on if he
I can
plays
see that.
from
I
so
can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, but you're right though. Yeah, that's all about the NFL, man. It's all about getting your money, bro. No matter how trash you are,
mhm.
some team is gonna look at you like you're a valuable person, no matter how hurt you got. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so they're gonna willing to pay you that money. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? I mean, you look at the different type of situations that players has been, and you be like, oh wow, this team gave him all this money, but his
Hmm.
production been trash. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you just never know. Some team will really look at you different and say, oh yeah, you that guy. You know what I mean? And they look past that and still give you that bread. So yeah, you're right about that. You know what I mean? But I mean, I hope Nolan Smith can come out and really show that he is that first rounder that they picked
Hmm.
with him a couple years ago, and show up and show out. And I'm a believer in Smith, of Nolan Smith, and I do believe that he has a great talent and everything like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what's going on. I want y'all to let us know about what we're talking about the draft in Philadelphia, and do you think that somehow, some way, the Eagles going to trade up to get a wide receiver to replace for AJ Brown or something else? You know,
Hmm.
but
Well, while we still talking about the draft, it's a good top running back prospect named Jeremiah Love that's coming out this year. So,
yeah.
what team do you think that he's going to end up going to,
Well, he
or or either end up going to, or what team do you think needs him the most?
needs them the most. Okay, that's something I can bring it out of that. Um, Needs him the most. Well,
Mhm.
the Raiders don't need him the most. They have the running back already, so you can
Mhm.
ask them out. Uh, Jets.
They don't need him either. They got Brees
Yeah.
Hall.
Yeah. So it's either between um the Tennessee Titans or the Giants.
Not the Giants. Giants got Cam.
Oh, that's right. Cam Scatter.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. All right. So Tennessee or Arizona.
Tennessee or Arizona. Yeah, I agree.
And I think
I
he's gonna
agree.
wind up being with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I think the opposite. I think the Titans.
You think he's gonna go to the Titans?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go to the Titans only because if I'm not mistaken, Arizona coach is it still Jonathan Gannon?
As far as I know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so defensive guy, I feel like he gonna end up going defense. I feel like I got a feeling they gonna go defense.
Mhm.
And then
Oh, the
they
third pick.
they did have a running back named Trey Benson. He did start playing pretty good. He was playing pretty solid last season. So
Mhm.
would assume that they would want to get the passing game going for themselves with Marvin Harrison because Marvin Harrison hasn't had a that breakout year yet.
Yeah,
So I think they're gonna want to pass the ball a lot. And James Conner is still there too. I think he got hurt.
yeah. But he's kind of old though, right?
No, he is older. He is
Yes.
older, so Jeremiah Love would definitely be a great replacement for him and be great in that offense for sure.
Right.
But I just have a feeling that he gonna go to the Titans, and be with that the OC Dayball.
They ball. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We look at Arizona. They got McBride. They got the boy Harris Jr.
Mhm.
Connor. Kind of up in age and stuff like that. But to add Love there, that'd be cool. But I think I think right now they need to focus. Arizona need to focus on a quarterback. You just lost your franchise quarterback in Kyler Murray. Well, the guy you're supposed to be was supposed to be your franchise quarterback, and you really don't have no replacement for him. And
Mhm.
so, because I don't really know their backup wide receiver, case may be, but you know, but regardless, you don't have no quarterback, and so that's the number one thing that they need to be focusing on. But I wouldn't be shocked if they get love because they trying to build things. But um, you know, but yeah, but their main focus right now, Arizona, they need to get a quarterback.
Yeah, well, I know I feel for. I'm not gonna say I know for a fact, but I'm strongly believe that they're not gonna get a quarterback this year. Only because they still have Jacoby Brissett, and Jacoby was throwing that thing last year. Last year he was throwing that thing. I think they're gonna wait another year just to get him, which it could be a mistake. But then again, it's gonna lead into the another one of our topics. But
Oh yeah,
I do think that the Titans is gonna get Jeremiah Love. You know, the Titans need an offensive weapon for Cam Ward. You know,
there you go.
you can't name. Can you name a offensive player on that Titans team from the top of your head?
No,
Yeah, I mean besides probably Tony Pollard, that's
no,
probably yeah. You can't name anybody.
I
So
can't. Yeah.
you need to add another weapon, and of course they could go receiver, but I do think a weapon like Jeremiah Love, you don't get a running back like that. It's hard to come by. So if you get an opportunity to get him, you grab him, and then you can use Tony Pollard as trade bait, or you can use both running backs in the system.
So I
So
have, so I have a question. So if you feel like that they're going to get love in the draft, do you feel like that they can be a threat to their division?
yeah, yeah, because I feel like Cam Ward, that was only year one. I feel like year two is where QBs really start getting settled down.
Mm,
So I feel like he's going he does have the one receiver that came from Stanford. I can't think of his name. I think it's like Alec. It's like Alex something.
mm-hmm.
He had a pretty good solid year. You get someone like Jeremiah Love, someone that can just catch the ball and run the ball. I
Mm-hmm.
think it takes pressure off of Cam and let Cam do what he does and that's make plays.
Mm.
So I do think that this will help them be able to compete a lot more than what they was able to do this year or last year.
Do you think they can? I mean, well, because they're in the AFC South.
But
They would the Colts, the Houston Texans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
um yeah, I think it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's
It's gonna
definitely
be hard for
hard.
sure. It's definitely gonna be hard. But I think they could pull some upsets.
Yeah,
I think they could split some of those games. I think they can split a game with Houston. I think they can split a game with the Colts and Jacksonville. Of course, I don't think they're gonna just straight out beat them, but I think they can split a game. They got a chance for sure.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, when you look at it, their defense, the defense. You gotta look at the Tennessee Titans defense. The Tennessee Titans defense is nice. They okay. They're not trash. So you add love to the mix, and and then Brian Daboll, as the offensive coordinator, they might make some noise. They might make some noise. They not. I don't see them winning the division, but of course not. But probably like third place or something. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because I don't know what's going on with the Colts right now. Because the Colts, they're like, they got a lot that they got to deal with. It's a good thing that they re-signed Daniel Jones, but they franchise tagged him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good that they they re-signed them and stuff like that, but I don't think that Downs is the future for the Colts. That's just my opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that he is the long term like future for that. But back to Love, to the point at hand. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I probably think the Tennessee Titans are going to wind up getting him. And but like I said, but for Arizona, don't count them out. You know what I mean? Don't count them out because you just never know. But I think as a need, they need to figure out a quarterback for the future.
But that leads into the next topic of do you
Yeah.
think Ty Simpson is a first rounder?
Um, I think he's a first round talent.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a first round talent. I don't know. I don't know who's going to grab him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know who's going to grab him. I know he's like the top 10 prospect right now, right in the draft. Supposed to be right.
I think he might be.
Yeah. So
I can check up on that.
yeah, but I mean, but he's up there. I'll say that he's definitely up there. So I mean, um, if the Cardinals don't grab him, my guess they'll probably grab him as the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
I don't,
mean?
I don't know. I don't think the Saints will grab him because the Saints got a rookie last season. I mean, yeah, last year they drafted a rookie, a quarterback.
Yeah, but he's trash.
I mean, he was trash, but he actually had his moments by the end. So I don't know. And the thing with like a lot of these QB classes, a lot of QB classes, all QBs are not first rounders. You feel me?
You're
There's
right.
not a lot of first rounders in this draft class. If this, I'm being honest.
It's not. Yeah, you're right.
But it's only one quarterback in this class that I can say is going to be top three. There's no, I don't think.
Mendoza.
um, Yeah, Mendoza. Todd Simpson is not a top three quarterback like to be drafted top three in my eyes. I
Me,
can't see. So that's why I can't see the Cardinals drafting him unless they ended up going back. And if they trade back, then I can see them getting him. But if they're not trading back, I can't see Ty Simpson being a third overall pick.
can you see him being in the top 10,
No,
15?
I feel like it had to be late, mid to late first rounder.
Wow. So,
Really, out of all
so
the teams, look at all the teams. Let's look at all the teams,
yeah.
and then you tell me which teams really need a quarterback.
Okay.
So I know the first team is hold on. Yeah, I know the first team is the Raiders for sure.
Right. Well, we already know
They
who
they
they gonna
yeah,
get.
they
Yeah.
gonna get a quarterback. Then you got the Jets, who they do need a quarterback.
They do need a quarterback.
They need a quarterback, but I don't think they get a quarterback with the second overall pick.
Me either. Because that's just how the Jets are. They just, they don't think, you know, wisely.
Cardinals could use a quarterback, but I don't think they get it with the third overall pick.
Hmm.
Titans no, Giants no,
Right.
Cleveland no,
Right.
Washington no,
Right.
Saints. You said yes. I just say Saints borderline. They they could get a quarterback, but I don't think they're gonna get a quarterback only because they drafted Tyler Shook and he was balling out last season, and he also got a connection with Chris Olave, and they was doing a thing last season.
So it's kind of like an up and down thing that you think that's going to happen with New Orleans.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
you got Kansas City, no.
hmm, nah.
You got Bengals, no.
Hmm.
You got Miami. Miami could look to get a quarterback, but I
I
think
don't
they're
see
banking
you.
on. Yeah, I think they banking on Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Cowboys, no.
They should.
Um,
They should.
they should, but we know they not. They
Yeah.
they.
Uh-huh.
Rams, no. Ravens, no. Buccaneers, no. Now with the second New York pick, they could get a quarterback. The Jets pick. Jets pick at 16. I can see them getting a quarterback with that pick.
Tampa should consider getting a quarterback.
Tampa should consider it, but I think Tampa lost too much for them to consider getting a quarterback. You feel me? They
Understand.
lost. Yeah,
Understand. Understand.
that's
Yeah.
that's the
So
only reason why I wouldn't really think that. So Jets, yeah, that second pick. Detroit, no. Vikings, most likely not. Um,
Carolina.
yeah, Carolina, most likely not. Cowboys, I didn't know Cowboys had two picks.
I didn't know
That's
that either.
yeah, okay. They not gonna get a quarterback though. Steelers is that's a team that needs a quarterback.
Yeah, most definitely.
They need a quarterback. I actually think I seen them talking about getting the quarterback from Miami, Carson Beck.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So
No,
that
okay.
Steelers is definitely in play for a quarterback though. You got Chargers, no. Eagles, no. Cleveland again, no. You got the Chicago, no. Bills, no. 49ers, no. Houston, no. Kansas City got a second pick, no. You got Miami with a second pick, no. Patriots, no. And Seahawks, no. So it's not a lot of teams that really need a quarterback. So I don't think most teams that's going to get another quarterback is going to be in that mid to late
Mid
round.
towards the end of the first round. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either probably in our eyes, probably the Jets going to grab him. Probably the second,
Mhm.
the second,
Yeah,
second
pick
go
16.
around. You know what I mean? Either that or probably the Steelers might grab him.
Mm-hmm.
If the boy Peck get taken by somebody, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Who else? Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's really it.
that's really it for Jets and Steelers.
Yeah, and if you want to, if their whole thing is to be a starter, that's the only two teams you could go and start. Other teams you'll either have to wait or you'll have to compete.
Well, I know the Jets are still trying to get Tanner McKee.
You said just still trying to get Tanner McKee. That could be a possibility, but why trade a high overall pick when you could just use your pick? You feel me?
I mean, yeah, but I know that they've been asking for Tanner, but Philly were like, they don't want no lower than a second round pick. They want a second round pick for Tanner, and I believe that's fair because every time Tanner been playing, he's been playing. I ain't gonna say lights out, but he's been playing decent enough to to look at it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Uh,
still personally don't
I don't
think
think
that's
he's a
fair.
second round material. I don't think he's second round material,
Yeah,
but
I don't agree with that. I know a lot of people who actually agrees that you should get a second round pick for Tanner McKee. But me personally, I don't agree with that. I feel like if you get a second round pick for Tanner McKee, that's the biggest steal ever.
yeah, and you know how you know how to wheel and deal.
No, he do, but I think that's too big of a steal. Like I feel like if
If you,
third third or fourth round pick, cool, but a second round pick from the Jets too, that's a top. You're probably getting a top pick in the second round. You feel me?
I mean,
Which is
yeah,
which is equivalent to like having a late first rounder. So that's basically getting a late first rounder for Tanner McKee, which I just can't see.
I mean, you can't rule it out though. You probably
Yeah,
can't see it, but you can't rule it out.
I can't rule it out, but I can't see it at
Because
all.
when you look at it, the Jets, when you go to round two, right? The Jets
Hmm.
got the 33rd pick, so they start the first the
They
first
do.
one in the second round.
They do.
So I mean, the way that they praised the Tanner McKee like that, and the way they praised Tanner McKee like that. I mean, you look at Philly, the Eagles got the 23rd first round pick. Then they turn around got the 54th pick in the second round. And
Hmm.
so I mean, I believe I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I think it all depends on what happens in the first round, because
Hmm.
we're going to determine what's going to happen in the first round because the Jets got two first rounders in the first round,
No, they
and
do. But they need every pick that they can get.
no, seriously, they do. But
Mhm.
I'm saying if they speaking very highly about Tanner McKee, you know what I'm saying, and they can give Philly that 33rd round pick. They can they can use that. and to get something else and to build that other team.
See, and that's cool, but then you also got to think like from the Jets' perspective. Tanner McKee, you're going to have to pay Tanner McKee. I'm pretty sure Tanner McKee is on the last year of his contract.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, so they're going
That's
to
why
have to
they're trying to
instead
get rid
of
of him. I think.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like they could get a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract for 5 years instead of getting Tanner McKee and trying to pay him all this money. You feel me? I think
Right.
it's just smarter for the Jets to get this to draft a quarterback. But I mean, you never know what could happen. You know, teams do a lot of things.
Yeah, you're right. And so all I'm saying is that could be a scenario if they feel like that the quarterback class is not, I guess, doesn't fit their criteria in the Jets organization. You know what I mean? Like with Ty Simpson, or with the boy Peck. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It could be a possibility where they can trade. I do see a scenario where Philadelphia does trade up in this draft. You know what I mean? I do see that. But the question is with who? We don't know. But I do know that the Jets definitely speak very, very highly of Tanner. And, you know, and they still is. So
Yeah, I mean,
you just never know.
if we trade Tanner, we will have no choice but to draft a quarterback.
I mean, well, we got the boy Andy Dalton.
No, but you need three quarterbacks on a roster.
Oh, that's right. The boy Kyle
Kyle McCord.
yeah,
You
he
like-
left, right?
No, he's still here, but you don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah, I'm saying
He's trash to
worst,
me.
I'm saying worst case scenario. Let's just say if Jalen don't play, if Jalen was to somehow not play a game, and then Andy Dalton was to get hurt, Kyle's gonna have to. He's gonna be in the game. So it's either we put Kyle in or we gonna have to trade. Are we gonna have to draft a quarterback game? It don't have to
I ain't
be
gonna watch
early, but
that game. AJ really gonna be bad.
that's gonna be an interesting game for sure. I mean,
I said AJ really gonna be mad.
yeah, yeah, he will. I mean, he might be okay because Kyle will throw him the ball. It might not be accurate, but he gonna throw him the ball.
Yeah, but you gotta give it to his hands. You gotta
Yeah,
complete it. If you don't complete it, he gonna get temper tantrum, get mad.
yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? Maybe he got better. We'll see this year. We'll see in preseason. Maybe he got better.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. You know what I mean? That's all about development and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He probably did got better. And so you
Yeah.
just never know. And but yeah, but the back to your point, with Ty Simpson, yeah, 9 out of 10, I do believe he's draft talent, first round
Mhm.
talent. Cause I mean I did look at his stuff and he is pretty nice. I'm not even gonna lie, he is pretty nice. But I think the way that it's ordered right now, he probably won't get picked until like later on in the first round or
Yeah.
probably the second round. And so that doesn't diminish who he is as a player. It's just the way it
Yeah.
is. You know what I mean? The way that it's ordered, a lot of those teams don't need a quarterback for real, for real.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know? And so either or they need a quarterback, it's just not their main priority. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
And if the Jets actually play their cards right, they might even be able to get him in the second round with that first pick. So and just use those other two picks to
Build
draft
it
somebody
up.
else. Yeah, just to build up their team. But I think he will go first round to the Jets with pick 16.
All right. So if you think could you see that he can wind up Caleb Downs can wind up being with the Jets?
Caleb Downs. Um, yeah, I can see it. I can see it with that first pick.
The first pick.
Yeah. Wait, what pick they got with the first pick?
Well, he's a safety, so I mean,
Oh no, never mind. Not with that first pick. Um, if for Caleb Downs to be a on the Jets, then he would have to go pick 16 with that second pick. But I don't think Caleb Downs is going to fall that low.
You don't think so?
Nah. Mm-mm.
What do you
I don't
think
think
going?
Caleb Downs. I don't think he go past 10.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
How about?
If not 10, I definitely think the Cowboys would get him.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I most definitely think if he falls down to the Cowboys, like I think the Cowboys is going to take him.
Yeah. What about the boy David Bailey?
That's the DN.
Yeah, that's a linebacker from I think from
Second
Texas or something.
from Texas.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he's gonna go, but I don't. I know. I think Bengals was gonna go defense. Um,
They gotta go
Chiefs,
defense. They don't need nothing in offense.
yeah. Detroit can go defense.
Detroit. Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't need nothing in offense either.
yeah, they could go defense as well. And Buccaneers, they just lost a linebacker, so
Here's a team that you should watch out for that might pick up somebody that can help Shador.
mm,
Cleveland Browns. They
hmm
can get a solid wide receiver. Now
yeah,
I think they need to build that offense
yeah. I definitely think they're gonna end up getting the receiver Carnell Tate. I think
for
they're gonna get
Cleveland.
Carnell. Yeah, play at Ohio State. Think he gonna stay in Ohio.
Yeah,
Hmm
I think the Giants does. I think the Giants they don't need. I don't think they need offense. I think they need defense.
Now I
Uh,
told you who they're gonna get, bro. They're gonna get Sonny Stubbs.
they gonna get Sonny Styles. You think so?
They're going. Yeah, they're going to get him.
Oh well, let's hope that he can they can develop him. Cause
Yeah, 'cause they don't have no linebacker, and the one thing John Harbaugh had it at the with the Ravens, he had Roquan. So
yeah,
I think they're gonna get that linebacker help.
they gonna do the linebacker help. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
that. Well, you know what I mean. Well, I know we was talking about the draft, but let's talk about the draft even further. So I feel like. Let me ask you a question, bro. At what point during the draft do you feel like Max Crosby might get traded?
nah,
Nah,
I don't think he's gonna get traded.
nah. Why not?
I feel like if he get traded, it's gonna be during the season. I don't think he's gonna get traded right now, only because I think teams is gonna want to see him on the field. You know, the whole trade didn't go through because they said that he failed the physical.
Mm-hmm.
So I think teams is gonna want to see what he can do, and then even by then, once he's playing at a high level, I don't think the Raiders is gonna want to get rid of him. You feel me? Especially
Yeah,
with them already building up that defense.
yeah.
If he's playing, depending on how they doing, if they winning games, Max Crosby's not going nowhere.
Mm,
And, and Max Crosby has also been vocal about saying that he loves the Raiders. He hasn't said one bad thing about the Raiders, like other players. You feel me? So I feel like he actually loves the Raiders. Like he's really a diehard Raider in his eyes.
mm. Do you? I know this is kind of a rhetorical question, but do you
Mm.
feel like that since you feel like that he might not get traded? So
Mm.
with him, you feel like he might not get traded. Do you think AJ Brown will not get traded as well?
Yeah, I don't think AJ's getting traded either.
Okay.
Both players, if they're gonna get traded, it's gonna be during the season. I can't see them getting traded during the draft.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, I think with Max Crosby case, um, I mean, you just never know. I think with Max Crosby, um, I know Philly been very, very vocal about trying to get, a edge rusher. I know they've been trying to
Mm.
get the ball from Minnesota. Jonathan. Yeah,
Mm.
but obviously I don't know what's going on. Probably they want to. Apparently they want a first rounder or something like that for him.
Mm.
And I don't think that Philly. I think they're trying to finesse it or whatever case may be. They're trying to give him that first rounder. But
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you just never know with Howie, man. You just never know, bro. I mean, uh, I think I think Max Crosby, uh, like trade value definitely went down after what happened. So you can't get two first rounders. You probably can get one, but you can't
Mm-hmm.
get two. And so I feel like he's more affordable for other teams if they try to get him. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Mainly like if with Philly, if they trying to pull the trigger on him, because Philly's in win now mode. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like the only team that I feel like that I could see that uh besides because I know they was trying to get Miles Garrett and everything like that before
Mm-hmm.
last season and everything like that, but it didn't work out. But a guy like Max Crosby, you put him besides Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, god damn, that's gonna be crazy, you know what I'm saying? So like I think Howie's always trying to find a way to pull the trigger as much as he can. And one thing about Howie is that all he does is just wait. He just wait and wait to come to him. And so I feel like since the trade value went down with him, um, I think it can be possible for him to
Mm-hmm.
still get traded. Um, but you said I think most likely, probably not. He probably won't get traded, but you never know.
Yeah, and for the reason you said that his trade value went down right now, which is why I don't think they'll trade him right now. I think they're gonna try to build it back up,
Yeah,
bring his value back up during the season if he plays to a high level, just so they can get those first round picks that they had but lost.
yeah, yeah. I think they're gonna try to do that too. But yeah, yeah, kind of like the same thing with AJ. Like, with AJ, it just don't make no sense to trade him. Like it just doesn't matter at this point. It just don't make no sense to trade him. You just got to do what you got to do. You're gonna lose a lot if you let him go. You don't have no replacement for him. You got to deal with a whole lot. So it's like, you know what I mean. So especially when you're going through this transition with the new offensive coordinator and everything like that, you got to make sure that you got your team intact. Especially because Jalen Hurts, and this is a crucial year for him. And so, and he can't have a crucial year and you don't got your team intact. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that, with AJ, it's just a lot to lose if you let him go. It's just a
Mhm.
whole lot to lose if you let him go. And then on top of that, the Patriots don't have the compensation for AJ. They think they have, but they don't. You know what I mean? They live in a fantasy land. But you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is that the Patriots don't got anything to provide for the Eagles. And I don't see Howie Roseman letting go of his trade value for AJ, or try to downplay it, or try to downgrade it. It's not gonna happen unless you're gonna give him like a star caliber player, in that organization. But I doubt that they're gonna do that. That's which is why I believe that the Patriots gonna wind up getting a wide receiver in the draft. I truly
Mhm.
believe that's gonna happen. And I think because they got the 32nd pick, and they got some good wide receivers. This year and stuff like that. I do believe they're gonna go wide receiver first round.
Okay. Well, while he's talking about trades, do you think that Dexter Lawrence should be traded? Is that something that the Giants should be doing?
Um, I'll say it depends on the situation. I
Mhm.
mean, I dived into more about why Dexter is mad about a situation, and the fact of the matter is that because he doesn't have no raise, he don't got no money. I mean, you
Mhm.
see what just transpired with Jordan Davis. He got paid like crazy bad money, and as a result of it, he's getting paid like over like $26 million. I think Dexter is coming off his contract with no guarantee money. Um, and so I think yeah, no guarantee money for this year.
Mhm.
So um, he definitely wants some more money. Uh, but the question is, do the Giants want to pay him that money? Because
Mhm.
he's working on he's right now he's in an expired contract with no more guaranteed money. So
Mm,
I kind of understand when he's coming from. He wants more money. He wants to raise. He deserves a raise. He's the face of that defense. Um, but um, I think they should trade Dexter. If you're not willing to
mm.
pay for him, then trade him. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I agree. I think they should trade him. Is their D line is already stacked in my opinion.
Yeah,
You feel me? So it's like you don't you already got Brian. I feel like in my opinion, Brian Burns is the best player on that D line. In my opinion, he's the best player on that D line. But then you got it's Dexter Lawrence. They go 1 and 2 for me. But Dexter Lawrence clearly has been playing at a high level for the past couple years, so he does deserve that pay raise. There's no
absolutely.
reason Dexter Lawrence is the 12th highest paid D tackle in the game right now.
That's
That
unacceptable.
shouldn't be. It's unacceptable. He should be top five. If really number two. If we being honest, number two. If not number one, he should be up there in that top five range though for sure. So like you said, if you're not going to pay him, trade him. There's
Yeah,
no point. I don't, especially if you can get first round picks out of it.
absolutely.
No, there's no go ahead do it because now you still have Brian Burns, you still got Abdul Carter, and then you got Kayvon Thibodeau playing D tackle anyway. So it's like, and then Kayvon Thibodeau is on a contract year too. So now it's freeing up space.
Right.
So get rid of him and build around the defense. I told you I already feel like they're gonna get Sonny Stubbs. So just build around that defense. John Harbaugh, I think he got something ready for that defense, and I seen he said everyone is tradable. He said everyone is tradable, so he's coming down there and he's trying to make some changes.
He ain't the
He's
only one
trying.
that said that. He ain't the
Yes,
only one that said that.
yes, sir, brother Harris.
Yes, sir, bro. Absolutely, bro. I agree with you on that too, bro. I think they're gonna wind up trading him. Eventually. I think it's gonna be sooner rather than later. Because
Mm,
right now he's already making the standpoint that he's not going to be joining a training camp, and he's not going to participate inside the facility. So it's best that you just let him go right now instead of
mm,
because you got something special going on, and the last thing you want to do is cause a scene. You know what I
mm,
mean? Of this new chapter that you get what I'm saying? Of this new chapter that y'all about to do with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so I think they need to let him go as fast as they can. I don't think they're going to pay him. Giants is not meant. I believe that they're not going to pay him. Like, I don't see them. They're going to pay him. Not that money. Money. I mean, they were supposed to pay Saquon, but they never
yeah.
did. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just the way that organization is. Which I feel like they're not going to be. They're not going to pay him. I feel like they can, but they won't.
Mm,
So you know what I mean. So just get the trade value as much as you can. I think they probably won't get the first rounder. I don't know. They might trade up. I don't know. They might go up and trade up to get
mm,
somebody, or the case may be in the draft, or they get a couple first round picks for next year or something like that. But
mm,
but as a result, yeah, I think that this can definitely cause a problem if they sit down on this a lot leading up to the training, because right now it's like a volunteering training camp right now, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so we coming towards the season pretty soon, so it's about to come up now. So yeah, so limit all the distractions right now. You got a new coach, you got a new organization, everything is new, and the last thing you don't want is drama. You don't want drama. What happened with Dallas Cowboys with the Micah Parsons stuff? You know what I mean? And just in general. And so like the last thing you don't want to do is create drama. And Dexter already said that he doesn't want to do that. So
All right, brother. I gotta get out of here, brother.
all right,
You close it out, brother.
all right, bro. But yeah, that's what I was saying. That yeah, so yeah, comment on the below. Comment on y'all, what y'all think about Dexter Lawrence. Do you think that the Giants should trade him, or not? Do you think they should pay him? You know what I mean? But we covered everything today. We'd like to say thank y'all for coming on to the pod. You know, we appreciate everything. We appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We appreciate everything that you guys are doing and helping us out. And you know, let's continue to build. And you know, we're gonna be back on the pod on Friday, and we got our new schedule. Our new schedule for right now until the regular season starts. We got Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We're gonna be live stream. We're gonna be live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, same time, 3 o'clock, and all those 3 days. Pretty soon we're gonna be live on TikTok. We're gonna be live on IG. All combined in one. Pretty soon we're gonna let you know ahead of time, but we figured out the schedule that we're gonna be choosing. Um, yeah, so we're gonna be put that on our social media platform. We're gonna be putting that on TikTok. We're gonna put it on Instagram, and so yeah, so definitely. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we're gonna be live at 3 o'clock on our YouTube channel. Don't forget. And also, we appreciate everything that you guys done for us. And we're going to continue to build and continue to thrive. And make sure you comment and subscribe. And we're also going to show some more videos and too as well. That being said, you already know it's your boy Manny Fresh, and welcome. And thank y'all for another episode of What's the Word podcast. See y'all. Blessings. Have y'all have a nice day.